What were collectivization's real costs for industrialization? Imagine a country trying to turn its farms into factories overnight. That's what happened with collectivization in the Soviet Union. It was a bold move to boost industrial growth, but it came with heavy costs. The government aimed to merge small farms into large collective farms run by the state. The idea was to produce more grain to feed cities and export for industrial funding. This way, they could build heavy industries like steel, coal, and machinery faster. Collectivization allowed the government to control the countryside and direct resources where they wanted. It also meant fewer private farms and more centralized planning. But the process was brutal. Millions of peasants resisted, and the government responded with force. Many were forced off their land, and some were even executed. The most tragic consequence was the famine of 1930–1933, especially in Ukraine, known as the Holodomor. It caused the deaths of millions from starvation and related illnesses. Surprisingly, despite the effort, agricultural productivity did not rise as expected. The upheaval, poor management, and lack of incentives led to lower yields. This meant less food for the people and more reliance on grain imports. The focus on heavy industry and grain exports created shortages of consumer goods like clothing, shoes, and household items. Urban areas grew rapidly, but infrastructure could not keep up, leading to overcrowded and unsanitary living conditions. Environmental damage also increased as industrial expansion ignored ecological concerns. The pollution from factories and the destruction of natural landscapes worsened over time. Politically, collectivization was enforced through fear. The secret police monitored farmers, and those who resisted faced imprisonment or exile. Many suspected saboteurs, or enemies of the state, were purged. From the perspective of the Soviet leadership, collectivization was a necessary step. They believed it would modernize agriculture and break old feudal and capitalist ties. It was seen as essential for rapid industrialization and building a socialist economy. The policy aimed to replace traditional farming with mechanized, scientific methods under state control. Despite the human suffering and economic setbacks, collectivization helped the USSR mobilize resources on an unprecedented scale. It played a key role in transforming the country into an industrial power. So, while the costs were high, millions of lives lost, economic disruptions, and environmental harm, the policy was viewed by many as a vital part of their larger goal of creating a socialist state.